How do we know what lesson life is trying to teach us in any particular moment? How do we know that we are correctly interpreting the right lesson at any given moment? Each experience in life, each lesson that we learn, or potential lesson, is a complex web of possible paths that we can follow on from that point. Sometimes it's simple and clear. Sometimes we experience something and we can absolutely say with great certainty that that is what life was trying to teach me. That's what I need to learn. That was the lesson I needed to learn. That is what I need to change and develop further in going forward in life. But most often, it isn't necessarily that simple. If we experience a thing and we glean a lesson from it, we interpret that event to have meant a particular thing, to show us a particular path forward, sometimes we can misinterpret what exactly that event meant. And of course, all we can ultimately do is do our best to interpret it. All we can do is try to understand and try to learn as best we can, and as best as possible, considering that we are not perfect and we will always inevitably make some mistakes over the course of our life's journey. But if we avoid being too absolute in our interpretation of events, of lessons, if we keep a more open mind and think about all the potential possible interpretations we could deduce from any particular event, say a period of great hardship, because we made a mistake. We made a mistake, and we have to think about how we can improve going forwards. We have to think about what that failure on our part, what that mistake meant in terms of what we did wrong, what we could have done better. If we are too strict in our interpretation of an event like that, if we don't consider all the possible interpretations of it, we can lock ourselves into too strict of a path forward. When what we need is to be fluid, we need to keep our possible paths forward open and realize that each lesson in life is a complex, nebulous thing that has many possible interpretations.